Welcome back. It is the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM, and it's time for a look at the Northern Areas Footy Association. Spud McKay is on the line with me to give us all the info. How are you, Spud?
Pretty good, thanks, Dan. Yep.
Very good stuff. Well, let's get into this massive win by Orroroo. It was a bit of a dirty day for Jamestown Peterborough. Playing at home, they went down to Orroroo, 23 goals 15, 153 to 5 goals 4, 34. It looks like Orroroo are really kicking into gear just a few weeks out from finals.
As they do. Yes, they normally sort of start to hit their straps around this time of the year. So that was a good, solid win for them. Isaac Muller as centre forward there, he kicked 7 goals. Ollie Dignan had 3, and Will Bowman had 3, and he usually plays off a wing, so that was a pretty big effort by all those players, and just far too good for Jamestown Peterborough.
Yeah, massive win there. 7 goals for Isaac Muller, tremendous effort. Couple for Henry Moore for Jamestown Peterborough, and Nick Rinn named best on for them. But yeah, Orroroo just way too good, and they're looking too good for nearly everyone at the moment. Some of the other contenders were up and about this round. Let's have a look at this BMW Crystal Brook game. We've talked about Crystal Brook all season as being a bit up and down. Well, it looks like they showcased the best and the worst of what they've got to offer in this one. They led at quarter time, they led at half time, they had a 7-point lead at 3-quarter time, and then BMW with a 10-goal-1 fourth quarter to end up winning it by 47 points. I don't think anyone saw that coming at 3-quarter time.
Well, probably BMW knew what they were doing, but
yes.
Yeah, look, it was difficult conditions in that last quarter too, because there was a bit of rain and stuff, wind come through, and I always talk about Bullery Centre as being windy hill, a lot of wind up there, and but look, BMW are probably around the mark. They've had about four of their better players out for a fair bit of the season, and they've sort of got some of them back. There's still a couple of outs, though, so they're not at full strength yet, but if they can get their whole team together, they definitely are a strength to be reckoned with. And Crystal Brook, yeah, they probably... inaccurate kicking was another problem for them, I think, but that can happen up at Bullery, 9 goal 14. So they'll benefit from that, and BMW would be happy to get the 2 points.
Final score there was 17-13, 115 to 9-14, 68, thanks to that massive fourth quarter from BMW. And if it wasn't for that massive fourth quarter, had Crystal Brook gone on to win the game, the ladder would be looking wildly different, because BMW are top, Orroroo second, and Crystal Brook in third. But due to the percentages and how different it could have looked if Crystal Brook had won, they actually would have BMW would have dropped to third. So one massive quarter, the difference between top of the ladder and third.
Yeah, it certainly is, and that premiership table is looking pretty good, and we can talk about that a bit later when we look at tomorrow's round of games.
Yep, it's looking very, very tight. Broughton Mundura, of course, in fourth, chasing that top 3 pack, and they had a good win over Southern Flinders at Gladstone Oval on the weekend, 13-10, 88 to Southern Flinders, who did not have their kicking boots on. 4 goals, 17, 41. How do you kick 4-17 at your own oval?
Yeah, they'd be disappointed with that. 1 goal 6 in the first quarter, and I'm assuming they probably had the breeze behind them there. And if you can kick 6 goal 1, well then suddenly there's a bit of pressure on the opposition side. But that wasn't to happen, and it didn't improve, because they scored another 11 points after that in the next 3 quarters. So it was just a solid win for Broughton. They had a couple of players out, and they have some of them back tomorrow, but they are doing enough to, they're a worthy side to be in there, and they'll challenge when it comes to finals.
All right, really, really good round of games there. That was round 12. It's a 16-round season, so we're at the 75% mark, 3/4 of the way through before finals, and yeah, things really starting to take shape. BMW sitting on top of the ladder, and they've got a chance to boost that percentage this weekend. They're hosting Jamestown Peterborough, and I would reckon that would be exactly where they're setting their sights. Just in case they do drop any more games, they want to have percentage that can rival that of Orroroo and Crystal Brook.
Oh, without a doubt, that's a very good comment, because I'm not too sure, as I said, that they've probably got some players got some players come back. Tom Drew, Ollie Smart are really good players and played well last week. Cody Wolford has been solid for them all year, along with their coach Alec Kanga, and Jamestown Peterborough they'll rely heavily on Nick Rinn, Angus Least, Brock Grayson, Henry Hall, Henry Moore. Those are the ones that need to lead by example, but it's going to be a really hard, tough day for them up there, and I don't think the coach Tom Sheridan is going to get his first win up there tomorrow.
All right, so BMW setting their sights on a big win there. Broughton Mandurah are hosting Orroroo, and, a good chance for them to potentially just move up the ladder, maybe just stay in touch with that top three. They can move within one game of Orroroo if they can get the win over them.
Yeah, difficult job for them to do it, though, because as you just said before about Orroroo coming good at this time of the year, they were always around the mark, but sometimes during the year they have players that are missing through work, that sort of thing. But Darren Hughes has been in fine form for them, along with Dylan Fowler out of the centre and their captain Tom Reed. Aidan Lee in the ruck gives those players first use of the ball most times, and he will continue probably to do the same tomorrow. Broughton Mandurah, Ben Geitenbeek up forward is the one that they look to go through for their avenue for goals. And they've got good players in Aaron Laverty, Kane Bowley, William Hewitt and Ben Price have all been pretty solid for them. Should be a good game, but I reckon Orroroo might just get this one.
All right, tips in there for Orroroo at Port Broughton Oval. Last game of the round, Southern Flinders taking on Crystal Brook at Laura Oval, and I would think after that disastrous fourth quarter last weekend, the Brook are going to come out really fired up in this one.
Yeah, they certainly will be. And again, like they will want to get the points in this. They don't want to drop one. And at the moment, they are still a huge chance to be able to get into the top two if you can. And so that's what they'd be looking to do. A big win and make sure that you get the 2 points. But Southern Flinders, as I've said quite a bit about them. Matt Spenceley, Zeke Kay, Shane Ballantyne, they're three bigs. They will have a huge job to do when you've got Will Coombe, Jackson Richmond and Braden Kirk all in the opposition, and Oscar Pedler in the ruck. No, he's not there every week. If he's available tomorrow, well then he'll be big for them in the ruck, and I think Crystal Brook will win pretty easily.
All right, BMW are on top of the ladder. Even though they've only got the fourth best percentage in the league, they are on top at 10-2 for the season. We reckon they might get a boost to that percentage this weekend. Orroroo second at 9-3. Crystal Brook 8-4. Broughton Mandurah 7-5. Real crunch between that top four. Then Southern Flinders 2-10. Jamestown Peterborough yet to get a win. It is a thrilling ladder, Spud, and it's going to be a massive final 4 weeks.
Yeah, it certainly will be, and that's what we like to see, where we can't, it's unpredictable as to who's going in as the favourite at this stage, so they'll sort themselves out in the next few weeks, and we'll have to come up with something when we start to get into the finals.
All right, looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. Good luck to everyone playing in Northern Areas Footy this weekend. Enjoy the action, Spud. Thank you very much. We'll catch you next Friday.
Thanks, Dan. We'll catch you next week.